Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Denise Cantu. I'm a community member. I'm also an intern at Combs Middle School. I've really enjoyed my time there, and I really enjoyed your kindness program that you have in your Cougar program. Um, Tonight I'd like to talk to you about building a healthy self-esteem in adolescents, middle school age children. So I'd first like to welcome the Combs District Administrators. I really appreciate you taking the time to show up this evening. And I'd also like to thank the Combs Middle School staff. Thank you for your interest in the program, and I appreciate you coming here to listen to the presentation. Just a quick agenda. We had check-in from 6:30 to 7, and hopefully you have your name lanyard, and hopefully you had a chance to grab a snack. If you didn't, I won't notice if you sneak over and grab one. From 7 to 7:15 will be my formal presentation, the one I'm doing right now. And from 7:15 to 7:30, I'll take questions, and I welcome anyone else to take questions if the questions are not from me, but if you needed to talk to one of the administrators or whatever about the program, be happy to have a question and answer session. We'll also be doing an informal discussion from 7:30 to 8 p.m. and then that'll be the close of our program. So Combs Middle School could help students develop a healthy self-esteem by implementing an after-school program focused on self-image. And that has been my goal and why I've asked you all to come here to try and set up an after-school program to really boost any of these middle schoolers' self-esteem that are willing to show up after school and learn a little more about what it takes to improve their self-esteem, and hopefully we'll be implementing that in 2019, as you will see. So go Cougars. I think this is a real exciting thing for Cougars. Add to the Cougars daytime program, have an after-school program targeting self-esteem. So the success will be measured by a pre- and post-measurement on a self-concept inventory to see if the program improves the student's self-concept. So hopefully we'll see a huge improvement, and we can use that to and feedback in order to improve and extend the program. This program will be implemented by the beginning of 2019, and the post-self-concept measurement will be completed by the end of 2019 spring semester if you guys approve the program. So that would make 2019 a really great year. So healthy self-esteem is how young adolescents view themselves. Do they view themselves as a very bold, big part of their own life, and they enjoy surrounding themselves with family and friends and being a part of a school? Or do they have a low self-esteem where bullies and media and friends and family and school overwhelm them and they feel very small in the middle of all that? This can set into a very dark period for an adolescent's life, and the physical and cognitive development of young adolescents. They have new bodies and developing minds, and their relationships with friends and family are in flux. That's according to the U.S. Department of Education. Social and emotional. The young teens with poor self-esteem can be lonely, awkward with others, and sensitive to criticism and with what they see as their own shortcomings. And that's from the U.S. Department of Education as well. So this is a very serious problem, and it is recognized on a national level. And I'd like to just bring it into the Combs School to just take a look at it and learn a little more about it. So low self-esteem can occur as part of a current problem, such as depression, or it can be the result of other problems, such as chronic illness, relationship problems, or it can be a problem in and of itself. This is from the Department of Health, and this particular Department of Health is actually in Australia, And so some of the best resources I've actually found are from Australian websites. It's been a real huge push in Australia, and they've seen some really good results from some of their programs. So Combs Middle School is just a great place for kids to go to school, and I think that an after-school program dedicating to the self-esteem would really just fit right in with the other programs you guys have here already. The self-esteem programs are a facet of character development that would help build social and emotional development in young people. And this social and emotional development also has cognitive effects. Children learn a lot better when they're happy and joyful and they think well about themselves. If they don't think well about themselves, they don't think they're capable of learning, they don't think they're capable of doing anything good. So the self-esteem also actually affects the way they feel about their schoolwork. It affects the way they feel about their body and maybe what food they're eating. So it really affects every single part of their life. A team of 6 researchers examined an association between anxiety disorders and self-esteem development. And this was broken down into different kinds of anxiety disorders, but what they've learned is that definitely children with anxiety disorders are at a really high risk for developing low self-esteem. So all the students would benefit from a self-esteem program, but I was hoping to help you guys create a program that is very targeted to diverse learners and children with self-esteem issues, so that you can help those most in need that might actually be on the road to deep depression that would lead to suicide or something like that. So to really target those kids specifically, but also even help out the whole entire student population. Here's a really informative video about self-esteem that just kind of is a lighthearted look at it, and I really think that that's the key, is to really make a positive thought about self-esteem and not focus on the negative part, but focus on ways and solutions of improving self-esteem. And here's the video.
All right.
Now? Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. Self-esteem! Self-esteem is how you think about yourself and how you feel about yourself. You just look in the mirror and you like what you see.
Doing what you're doing, being like not nervous about it.
To be yourself around other people.
And to not be embarrassed.
Being okay with people seeing you, how you look.
Being completely confident with the person you are.
Self-esteem is really important, to believe in what you do, find out what you're good at, and go and chase the dream.
You don't have good self-esteem. You're usually down on yourself and you don't want to do much.
You feel like you're entrapped, you feel like you can't succeed.
Always against yourself, always thinking you're doing things wrong.
You feel like no one cares.
You feel as if you don't have anyone who's there for you.
As soon as you allow those thoughts to creep in, it's like a vicious cycle, really, because the worse it gets, the more you want to crawl into a hole and be away from everything.
Schoolwork, when mum's mean to me.
When people put you down.
Bullying, fighting with family.
Failing.
Wow, that's a question I've never actually thought of.
I tell them to think about things that are important to them.
Be nice and subtle, ask them how they are. Help them realise their strengths.
Find things about them that you love and just constantly remind them of those things.
My best mates, the best thing they can do for me is just ask me how I'm going, because often it's about perspective, and other people can often give you a much clearer perspective than you can at moments like that when you're feeling pretty flat.
Sometimes that's all people need, is just someone to listen to them. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Sometimes they don't even need answers. They don't need you to fix their problems. They just need someone to listen.
It's different with every person as well, so it's hard to really know exactly what's going in someone's head until you actually talk to them.
Everyone needs to find their own way of dealing with things. Sometimes you just need to have a good cry.
It's just about identifying what are the things that can turn that cycle around, because yeah, we're going to have our low moments, we don't always want to be down there. It's too hard.
If I'm feeling down, I'll just go in my room and I'll get my guitar and just start playing.
So I usually like strum a couple of chords and all that.
Most amazing feeling.
Amazing!
When I get in the gym, I always feel good.
I love to go for a run or like do something outdoors when I'm not feeling too good.
If you write things down, it kind of feels like you're getting things off your chest.
Have a passion.
Just get out there, give things a go. Finding something to express yourself through.
Doing things for other people is also a really helpful thing.
Socialising with people who make me feel good about myself.
I go out with my friends, hang out with more positive people.
So yeah, being around good people makes me feel good. Stop it, guys. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit down about things, you can always
Talk to someone.
Anyone they feel comfortable with.
Your school counsellor.
Your parents.
Your family and your friends and your teachers.
Just to talk about it.
Psychiatrist or psychologist.
Definitely don't bottle it up.
Everybody has their down times and their low patches in life, but it's when these last for days or weeks, that's when you need to start looking out for help.
Headspace is a great resource with some free help for people that know what they're talking about.
There are Headspace centres all over Australia, and they're anonymous, it's confidential.
Or hop online to eHeadspace.
And you can have a chat to someone online if you don't have access to be able to get to a centre.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. It was just like a quick look at self-esteem issues and maybe some ways to work with helping improving self-esteem. I appreciate you coming, and I appreciate you spending your time here, and really do thank you, because I know it took a lot to come here and come out of your way to discuss this, and I hope that we can work together and really create something great for the year 2019. Just a quick reference set. If anyone needs access to any of these documents, you can reference them here.